All right, guys, here it is, the Season 5 live stream for Dragon Ball The Breakers. All right, this is what I'm expecting. Updates on Crossplay, Goku Black, and that's really it. All right, prove me right, man. I've known this since Broly came out. Literally after they announced Broly, I said, hey, it's Goku Black. Show it to me. We already know who it is, man. I don't need to worry. I already know who's coming behind that fire. That's right, baby. It's Black. Oh, where you running, bro? There's my boy. There's my boy. Oh, not the IT, bro. And you know the best part that comes with this? Where's my boy, the Vegito? Probably be shown at the end. Ooh, the new map.
The world I've been dreaming of for so long will be made manifest.
Okay, a little basic slash, but there's Goku Black.
Was it your soul that cried out to me?
That was a long melee.
To be set free? Where'd you scurry off to now?
Such a pitiful attempt.
So wait, so they're on the field at the same time? Or is it just like a CPU assist with you?
Completely useless.
Is that all you've got? You're finished. Get out of my sight.
Is there a button that I can like switch between them? There's mine. Hey, oh, the characters we thought.
This isn't the end.
Oh, that was sick. It's like shooting a little flare. Oh, yo, bitch slap him back.
Story doesn't end here.
Holy crap! How fast did that go?
Well, what do you think of this color?
Hey, Rose, it looks like Zamasu's gone. Okay, that doesn't look so fast right there, but it did before.
For the world shall be realized.
My form
Oh my god, it's fused!
and my form is the world. Worship me, give praise unto me.
Please show corrupted, please show corrupted.
You may be more powerful, but you're
There he is! There, that's a transfer right there. Oh, there's corrupted.
Strike me now! A cowardly god who appeases evil can never prevail!
Bro, I can't wait to hear the actual like Japanese voice acting because Zamasu's my favorite. But okay, there we go. 29th. Getting my Jocko and Puar. Let's go, man. Let's go. We get a Broly Transhpere, some costumes, whatnot. Wow, there's a Bulma bikini. Did you see that? All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed my live reaction. We're gonna go over everything you need to know in Season 5 very quickly. It's very simple stuff. There's not too much to talk about. A lot of exciting stuff to talk about, though, and yeah, let's just get right into it. First things first, Season 5 is starting on February 29th. That is this coming Thursday, so this week it comes out. And next are our 3 Survivor skins we are getting for this season. We are getting Mai, Puar, and Jocko. Starting out with Mai, she is coming with an active skill and a passive skill. Her active skill is called Flashbang, which will temporarily stun the raider from a long distance. Think of it kind of a long version of Solar Flare, but will most likely not stun as long. Her passive skill is called Resistance. This makes it so after using your Dragon Chain, so after transforming, the limit gauge consumption and damage taken by special attacks are greatly reduced for a short period of time. So they're not going to last the full time you're in Dragon Change, but that initial kind of startup of your transformation, you should take less damage, and your limit gauge consumption will slowly go down in those few seconds. Your movement speed will also be increased during this time, so it's a great way of trying to get away from the raider with just your Transhpere. Next up is Puar, and he is coming out with 2 active skills. His first one is called Shapeshift Bat. This is similar to Oolong's change into Rocket. However, it is much smaller and can avoid the Raider's lock-on, but I believe I saw in the gameplay footage he was still able to lock on, so maybe it's just harder for the Raider to do so. I could be wrong about that. I had to double check the footage, but it's just essentially another way to escape the Raider. His other skill is Shapeshift Hand. This turns you into a big hand and gives you the ability to swat away the Raider, and although we didn't see it in their own words, they also said we could grab the Raider to disrupt him. Jocko is our last Survivor skin, and he is coming with only 1 active skill, but he is technically our free Survivor skin. His active skill is called Galactic Patrol Ship. It's very similar to Bulma's bike, however, as soon as you activate this skill, right away you will gain a huge burst of speed to get away from the Raider. After you get away from the Raider, you can still travel in the ship, and you will travel at a somewhat normal pace, but your ship's health, if you choose to stay in it, is somewhat way more tanky compared to the other skills that die in one ki blast. It takes roughly maybe around 2 to 3, maybe even 4 ki blasts compared to Bulma Bike or Nimbus, where if you get hit once, it will knock you off. But if the raider happens to melee the ship before you actually get to go anywhere, or I believe just in melee range in general, it is a one-shot. So as I said earlier, Jocko is our free survivor skin. You will have to pay for the other two, but this means Jocko is in our dragon tier, which essentially is just a Breaker's version of a battle pass. You need to get to level 50 to unlock him, and you do this by generally playing the game, completing daily missions, completing weekly missions, but you can skip all that and pay if you don't want to wait and just buy the 50 levels to unlock him if you would like to do that as well. Next, we'll go over our first Transhpere we are getting for Season 5. It is going to be a Broly Super Saiyan Full Power. He comes with, of course, a new super and a new passive skill. The super is Gigantic Roar. This is pretty much a basic super, nothing we haven't seen before, but it looks super cool, and it's Broly, and it might hit hard depending on how fast it comes out, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to use. The passive is something we've seen before. It's called Saiyan Savagery. This is going to increase the damage we deal in exchange for flight speed while we are in our D change. So when we dragon change and we go to attack the raider, we will be doing more damage, but we will be flying slower. And it's very similar to the passives that have been coming out with Goku and Vegeta, where if you fly faster, you will take more damage, or the other one where you will take less damage, but you fly a little slower. We are also getting another campaign start. This is essentially their version of just kind of hyping up the start of the season. We'll be getting a double XP boost, a 1.2 times Zenny boost, and a 1.2 times Spirit boost. Nothing new here. They do this at the end, the start of every new season. If you do want to level up your survivor or any raiders that you don't have level 100, and of course Goku Black and Zamasu, you will want to play from the start of Season 5 all the way to March 11th because that is when it ends. Now with that campaign, the first event we will be getting is nothing new, but it is called a Foodie Whis' Wish. This is the same as most events. You go around opening up crates. The first 5 crates will give you some noodles in this case, and then after 5, none should appear after that, but that will go towards your event pass, and after you complete the event pass, you will unlock this outfit, and of course you'll probably get some Zenny, you'll probably get some tickets in the event pass, so you will complete this as you play the game. Now the moment you've probably been waiting for, how will Goku Black and Zamasu work? And we're gonna start at level 1 with Immortal Zamasu. So Goku Black and Zamasu will actually have access to ki detection throughout all their levels. So 1 through 4, and so this pertains to level 1. So Zamasu will have access to ki detection. However, at level 1, Zamasu will most likely be going for Civ, so it's not incredibly useful here, but you still have it as an option if you do need it. Zamasu is also immortal, very big thing to note. So even if you do kill Zamasu at level 1, he will still auto-evolve to Goku Black at level 2. It's also important to note that he does also auto-evolve while the game is going on, so even if he does not find Civs and Survivors, he is constantly going from level 1 to level 2. Talking about his active skills at level 1, they consist of ki detection and a melee dash move, as you can see here. His supers at level 1 I don't think got to see live at gameplay, however the left super will be a standard slash attack after the short startup, and I believe the right super will be a basic spherical kind of ki blast that you'll see a couple times that Goku Black and Zamasu do. However, at level 1 I imagine Zamasu does this on his own, but as we continue in this video in the gameplay, you'll see that they work together, and the ki blast or super just in general gets way bigger, and I imagine it hits a lot harder. So from level 1 to level 2, it will take roughly 3 civs to evolve, and I imagine if you went for survivors, something I probably don't recommend you do, it would take roughly 2 survivors with maybe some auto-evolve time. But now, after reaching level 2, the feature of this new raider is unlocked, and you get to become a double raider. Zamasu will act like a somewhat better version of Goldo. Not somewhat, he is a better version of Goldo. He will be constantly flying around the map, and he also has a few different ways of actually acting depending on the situation you are in. So in very basic terms, when Zamasu is alone, because you will be playing as Goku Black, if Zamasu finds a survivor, he will attack that survivor with either ki blasts or melee attacks, depending on the distance. However, if Zamasu is around Goku Black, in their words, they said Zamasu will help corner survivors, but for the most part, it just means he'll fight with. It also looks like when you attack, he will be attacking that same person at the same time with either ki blasts, maybe more. We need more footage. They also mentioned a defensive phase, and I thought maybe that would be like the Ginyu Force, where we'd get a free CC break if we were being meleeed by a survivor. Maybe if Zamasu was close to us, he would get that survivor off of us, but maybe that might be highly unlikely. I don't know why they said he would move to a defensive phase, but that's where my mind went. Zamasu also has HP, so unlike Goldo in this situation, we cannot just shoot one rocket at Zamasu and it will get rid of Zamasu, so we can only deal with Goku Black. For Goldo, we just shoot one rocket and he disappear for a while, then come back later, but for Zamasu, it might take more than just one rocket. It might take multiple Ki Blasts, it might take multiple rockets. He will also have the power to evade our attacks, so we can't just shoot rockets at him willy-nilly and just hoping they're gonna hit. He might actually evade them, and that would make it just a lot harder and more annoying for survivors to get rid of him. Now the next thing Goku Black can do is instant transmission, but he can only do this over to Zamasu. So this will allow him to maybe escape if survivors are jumping him, or maybe he can catch a survivor that Zamasu has found. And this does lead us into his active skills. So talking about his level 2 active skills, you will once again get Ki Detection. You also get a CC Break or Break Strike. And just like his level 1, you'll get another dashing melee move, plus the instant transmission. You will activate this move. And then I believe you can look around for Zamasu, and when you find Zamasu, you can hit square or whatever the PC button will be, and you can teleport over to Zamasu. Moving on to his level 2 supers, the left one will be a black Kamehameha, and they do point out that it does less damage, but because of the giant AoE, it's easier to land. So they kind of made a trade-off with that. And again, the right one will be the combination attack of Goku Black and Zamasu. It also might be interesting to point out that this might bring Zamasu from wherever he is on the map directly to your location. So if you need some help, maybe you're getting jumped by survivors, throw out this super, and then you might have Zamasu with you. I highly doubt he teleports back to wherever he was on the map. Before we move on to his level 3, the amount of civs and survivors it takes to get from level 2 to level 3, you will need either 4 civs or 4 survivors. It is the same, it doesn't matter how you go about it, so it'll probably be more practical to either go for 2 civs, then 2 survivors, or 3 civs and 1 survivor. However, the game, of course, is RNG based on when the civs spawn, or maybe you run into a survivor and maybe you get 4 survivors right away. It really depends. The point is you get 4 of either, so you can mix those up however you want. So once you become level 3, only a few things change about your supers and active skills. However, of course, the big thing is you go Super Saiyan Rose, but you also get some upgrades on your supers. So the combination attack that I actually just remember the name of is Divine Rain Bomb. That is the one with Zamasu. The range of the explosion is bigger, so of course you will be more likely to hit multiple people because of the AoE. His Super Black Kamehameha Rose, because he is level 3 now, also does more damage, and it still has that initial bigger AoE that it had at level 2. Now, probably one of the coolest things about the level 3 transformation is that your active skill Divine Lasso, which is the melee rush attack that you've seen, becomes a range attack if you miss the initial melee attack. So if I throw it out and I miss the melee attack, the survivor avoids it, it will turn into a ranged version of Divine Lasso, and it will activate it that way. Now, I don't believe we actually get to see any gameplay, but you guys know the move. I'll show a picture here. We didn't get to see it in the trailer, or I believe just in the gameplay in general, so it's a bummer, but I'm excited to see this because it's a cool move. So I'm excited to see it. I don't know if the survivor can maybe evade the melee attack and also the range attack. I'm curious if it like auto targets or if to aim it ourselves. We'll find out. So again, all his active skills and supers are the same, just with those upgrades. And now when we move on to level 4, it will take 4 survivors and most likely a large sum of sims. It really depends on this point of the match if there are any civs left, but I would imagine 5 or 6 if it's just straight civs. And of course, maybe it's like 3 survivors, 2 civs, maybe it's even 3 survivors, 1 civ again. We didn't get to see in the gameplay how much a civ gets at level 3. Talking about what his level 4 does, the main things are they are now fused together, so you are back to controlling 1 Raider. However, all the supers and active skills do more damage, of course, because he is level 4 now, and of course at level 4 he gets access to his level 4 super, which is Lightning of Absolution. Which basically, after a startup cutscene, Zamasu will place an aura in the sky, and lightning bolts will fall down from the sky periodically, similar to Broly's level 3 super with the Ki Blast, and they will damage / maybe down survivors. The other super is the one on the left. It looks a little underwhelming, but this is Blades of Judgment, which is really cool, and it's shooting out all these blades just towards where you are aiming or maybe locked onto the survivor. It looks like it's pretty easy to dodge, but I imagine if it does hit, it might hit for the full damage, or you might not be able to escape if you get clipped by it, so you're going to take all that damage. Now you do get an active skill replaced from the instant transmission skill you had at levels 2 and 3, but this just looks maybe like a buff similar to what Ginyu has, where he just buffs his speed and power. I'm not sure what this is. They did not mention it, or they did not show gameplay of it, or we just didn't get to see it. So I'm imagining it's just probably a buff that increases your power and speed. Now, I definitely call this, and bro, I knew it from the start. If you get under 50% HP on level 4 Zamasu, you have access to Corrupt Zamasu. Now, I don't think it's the active skill I just showed, but I believe you get to activate it on your own will. You don't have to do it if you want to. Similar to Vegeta's Great Ape, you don't have to activate the super if you don't want to. But when you do activate this transformation, all your stats, in their own words, get increased by a lot. However, all your moves and supers change, and it looks like it's only suited for technically fighting a small amount of survivors. So I imagine you're not getting access to a ton of Ki Blast moves. You're getting access to a lot of melee moves. I can see on the screen right now that we have a beam that he's throwing. Obviously, Ki Blast. There is one where he's up in the sky shooting up some Ki Blasts, but I believe you might not be shooting kind of the rapid fire lightning that you were at level 4. It might be similar to kind of how Broly and Bardock kind of throw just that one Ki Blast. We can see maybe this yellow Ki Blast here is what he's going to be throwing. They say don't use it when there's a large amount of people, so that's my only guess, is that you wouldn't want to be fighting a large amount of survivors when you can only melee them, right? But you can go into his half-corrupted form after your 50% HP has been lost, which is really cool, and of course the option to not do it is also really cool as well. So we didn't get to see any gameplay besides this right here, so very unfortunate, but of course we only have to wait a couple days to actually see this, and I'm very excited, and that is basically all you need to know about our new Raider Goku Black and Zamasu. You may be asking what the Survivor's new gimmick is. Well, we don't get a new gimmick. We don't get the Dragon Balls because Dragon Balls don't exist in Goku Black and Zamasu's universe, but we are getting back these super transfers as you see on your screen right now. However, we are only getting 2 of them, unlike Broly where we get 3 of them. We are getting them when Goku Black turns level 3, and then he fuses together at level 4. Now, level 3 will be Trunks in his Rage form, and then, of course, level 4 will be in Vegito. So we unfortunately don't get to see too much gameplay on Vegito. It's, you know, it's pretty standard. We get super transfers, we fight, but there wasn't a lot in the trailer like showcasing how cool Vegito is, so that's a little unfortunate. But I imagine we'll get these 2 as transfers later on in the season. They've already said, of course, we're getting transfers from the Goku Black arc. Alright guys, the biggest thing you see on your screen, it is a huge announcement. We are getting crossplay for Breakers. This is no joke. I hope it goes smoothly on launch, but now we can play with everyone from Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch players. We can all play together. No more long queues, hopefully, for PC players. And of course, if you would rather not play with other people, you can turn crossplay off, which is a great feature as well. But hopefully you will be happy to play with the rest of the Breakers community, because we all are a small community, and it's awesome that we get to now play with each other all the time. With crossplay comes the friend feature, so now we can add each other on the Breakers servers as friends, so we can actually invite each other in some sort of way on the actual Breakers lobby, hopefully. So that way we don't have to always type in the room code. If we wanted to invite our friends, we can just invite our friends through this friend feature now. So that's really awesome. And as well, just to talk about some not as important things, but some fun stuff, again, they're bringing back is Ranked is coming back. So again, if you get Z5, which is the highest rank you can do, or be on Survivor or Raiders, you will get certain rewards. It's okay rewards. I mean, it's just some t-shirts, but it's something to grind for, so that's very nice. We can also purchase, for newer players, you can also purchase Raiders starting at level 20 to make life a little easier, because Survivors are the stronger role in the game. If you want to argue about that, go for it. You're wrong. The last thing I'm going to end off with is you need to go into the Breakers lobby, go up to our favorite robot, and input the code HOPE, H-O-P-E, and you'll get 3 Season 5 tickets and 5,000 Spirit. It really should have been 3 tickets and like 20 20,000 zenny, but our boy in the live stream let us down and chose skill instead of wealth, so unfortunate. But guys, that is all for season 5. There's a few small things I left out, but nothing too crazy important. Or if I did leave something important out, please let me know in the comments down below. I will see you guys later. Have a great one. Get hyped for season 5, especially for Crossplay, guys. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you when season 5 starts. Bye.